Hey, E, put the beat on. Hey, Taylor, you like this joint?
Yeah, this beat hard.
Yeah, you sure you like this joint? You would tell me if you didn't, right?
Oh yeah, of course. No, this gonna go hard.
All right, cool. This my man Scotty Pimpin' joint.
Oh, okay, all right then.
Matter of fact, I got something for this.
Got something like what?
Welcome to the top shelf, where the flavor's so hot, but you will not melt. About to take you on a ride like you never felt. Up and down, real smooth like a carousel. Moving in our own lane, no parallel. Everybody needs sleep, it's good for your health. If you stuck like Chuck, I might have to help. Cause we talk sports, life, and everything else.
It's on a podcast.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We thank you for taking the time to tune in to Sleep, the Sports, Life, and Everything Else podcast, where sports, life, and entertainment collide. Presented by the Away Team and coming to you from the top shelf. This is Season 4, Episode 16. My name is Michael Roberts, a.k.a. Mike on the mic, and if it ain't all good, make it that way. We've got my co-host, Taylor Suber, in the building. You know how to make me feel so good.
What's up? Little Harold Melvin, the Blue Notes for you out there. What's going on? What's up?
You without me is like Harold Melvin without the Blue Notes.
Yeah. What's up? What's going
Taylor,
on,
everybody?
How
you feeling?
I'm chilling, man.
Beautiful.
Make me feel so good.
That's what's up. We've got producer/engineer One Will E handling the boards and all the important stuff.
What up?
E, what's up with you?
Man, I'm chilling, man. You know, we did a ride today. Hit Plymouth Meeting, Schuylkill River Trail.
Hashtag One Will Life.
Yeah, there we go. We did about 9 miles today.
Okay.
Got the old knees working. You know, I'm here, man, with my boys. I'm glad to be in the building with Mike and Taylor with the #1 show in Ardmore, the Sports, Life, and Everything Else podcast, brought to you by the Away Team.
Yes, sir. You can follow us on Twitter and IG at Sleep is For You. That's S.L.E.E.P.I.S, the number 4 Y-O-U. Subscribe and listen to new or old episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Podbean, TuneIn Radio, or YouTube. And we're proud to announce that we're also now available via Samsung Podcasts and Player FM. Like episodes. Show love, show hate. We here for it all. And we appreciate all of our new followers on all of our platforms. Everybody's downloading and listening, spreading the word. Continue to do so. Tell a friend to tell 2 friends about us.
Tell 3 friends. Because
the show is bubbling.
Yes.
E is right.
Yes.
Turn that 2 into a 3.
Yes.
If you haven't already done so, look up sleepisforyou.com, the hub for all things sleep related. We've got 2 top 5s for y'all this evening. A culturally relevant, common sense-based topic. Have you seen, have you heard? And that good sports talk and coverage that makes this the top shelf. Our show time is 4:52, so let's spin. We're going to start off this week talking about the NBA because we did have some non-news to come out. Kevin Durant still hasn't been moved. And on the KD note, I'm reading talks have cooled. And Brooklyn is ready to ride this thing out to get what they want back. The problem is they're really not going to get what they want. So is what they're being offered enough to make the deal? And up to this point, the case has been no. But I also read KD bought a crib north of the border in Toronto. I'm not his business manager, so I don't know for sure. And even if he did, you know, what does it really mean? But Toronto is not giving up Scotty Barnes for him, so that may be a no-go destination. There's been some talk of the Warriors getting into the mix, but I'm of the kind that, you know, let me know when it goes down. I'm not really here for all the speculation and rumors.
Man, I think he bluffing.
Taylor, what you think?
Like I said last week, he could be back with Brooklyn. You know what I mean? So it just
now reports are that Brooklyn is saying that neither him nor Kyrie, they don't expect them to be in Brooklyn jerseys next year. That may be a bluff. That may be, you know, just trying to put something else out there to, you know, maybe increase their price. But actually, I don't even know how that would increase their price because they're saying they don't want him back. But yeah.
Can't force a square peg into a round hole, so it's got to make sense for Brooklyn. They're just not going to give him up, for nothing, and they shouldn't. So I know if KD wants to get out of there, I think Kyrie being moved might be more. You can probably see that because they might have to get a third team involved with not Sacramento, San Antonio, so that might be able to happen. But KD, I don't know. So like I said, they kind of, I don't want to say they had a stalemate, but I'm pretty sure Brooklyn is calling around. But do you want what we're giving to you? Because we know that you don't want that he don't want to be there. So you can't take our best player because he don't want to be there. So you're kind of at Brooklyn's kind of at a disadvantage. So like I said, it's in a holding pattern. And then like you said, like I said last week, this could all be Cap. He could and we could be late August, early September. He'd be like, you know what? We sat down, we talked, and we're going to try to give it one more go. And I think that's what he should do. Just give it one more go. Now, maybe you might have to get rid of Kyrie because just like I said last week, he's stepping on KD's toes right now. Like KD came there because of him, but Kyrie is weird and he's not consistent. He don't want to play. He's always upset. You know what I mean? He's moody.
Called him weird.
Yeah, he just bought a house in L.A. That's what I'm saying. Like, this kid is weird.
He did buy a house in L.A.
Yeah,
so are you saying that we may see the reunion of Russell Westbrook and KD?
I don't know where KD. I don't know. No, not KD. No. Russell Westbrook would get traded to San Antonio, and then San Antonio would just buy him out because San Antonio can afford anybody's salaries. There's no way that Russell Westbrook would go to Brooklyn. Yeah, because then KD would definitely. They're not playing together. You saw it for 6, 7, 8 years. It doesn't work, and they're not. And now they're older. That's never going to happen. So that's the only way I can think. I can see Kyrie getting worked out. It would have, like I said, it would be involved with a third team. KD is a little bit more difficult because of the 4 years. And he close to $200 million left, and he has no. Even though he has a no trade clause, he's asking for a trade. But I don't know. I'm just saying, like I said, I'm kind of with you. Wait and see. But I can see this all being, just all for nothing. And then let's just see KD, Ben Simmons, and whoever they get for Kyrie, and they just go from there. So I don't know.
Has anybody ever considered that he might not want to play with Ben Simmons?
It could be that too.
It's possible.
That could be possible too. He might not trust. He might not trust him either.
Yeah, just saying.
It could be a whole lot. He might look at Ben Simmons like, I don't see this guy being what I need right now. Like, he gets into the paint and he don't want to shoot. Like, I can't play with a guy like that. So it could just be something simple as that.
Yeah. And as Taylor alluded to, Kyrie Irving still hasn't been moved either. And on that note, the word in general is that Brooklyn wants to wait until they move KD to trade Kyrie. The only real trade partner right now is L.A. And, whatever they end up bringing back in the form of players may end up restricting their movements with KD. That's what I read in the article earlier. But so I've read the GM is the only one that's really pushing to bring Kyrie to the Lakers. The organization wants to work out a deal to get Miles Turner and Buddy Hield out of Indiana.
I mean, I don't know. Let me see. We still got, like I said, we got a long way to go, and it's hard. It's hard just trade one player, let alone two separate players. So I think Kyrie might be easier because he's got the 1 year, $36 million left. Yeah, that's going to be easier to trade, but Kyrie is a weirdo. You know what I mean? So you always got to factor that he is a weirdo, and you don't know what's going on with him.
Not a lot of people are trying to sign up to have him taking up a spot.
Man has played like 70 some odd games in the last 3 years. Like, you can't depend on him. You just can't. So I can see why people be apprehensive to grab him. KD, you would grab him, but you got the money. So like I said, Brooklyn's in a problem to where, I mean, they're trying to do what they can do, but I mean, it takes two to tango. Sometimes it might take three to tango. It might be a 4-team deal. It might be a team that we're not even talking about right now that might be in the mix, but they're just trying to, maybe look at the summer league and say, all right, well, maybe we want to put those players in the draw. I don't know. Like I said, we still got a long, long way to go before the season starts. So we'll see.
That's true. That's very true. And in other NBA news, it's on the horizon that it looks like Damian Lillard is on the verge of signing a 2-year deal back with Portland if he hasn't already done so.
I think he signed it already. So.
So shout out to Dame. It's probably one of those 1-and-1 deals with a player option for the second year because that's like a popular situation nowadays.
Okay.
James Harden.
It's 2 years guaranteed, over $122 million on top of his extension that he got already. So he's getting 42, 44, 48, and in the last 2 years it's like 60 some odd, 58 and 62 or something like that. He's getting broken off. He's basically got a John Wall type of deal, you know what I mean? But it's just in an extension because he signed an extension like 2 or 3 years ago. So it's an extension on top of an extension. Okay. So he's going to be getting paid big money when he's 35, 36 years old. So he could be washed up, but he's going to get that money.
Well, Taylor on the spot with the correction.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, he signed that with the quickness.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, getting out of direct NBA discussion, we're going to get into our first edition of Top 5, which is going to focus a little more on the youngsters, as we're going to list the top 5 players we want to see in the Summer League. There is a Summer League tournament that's currently going on, but they haven't started the Las Vegas just yet.
Yeah, they started yesterday.
Oh, they did? Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Sixers are playing right now against Brooklyn.
Oh, so Saturday was the first day of that?
No, Friday was the first day.
Friday was the first day.
Friday night, yeah. They kicked off Friday night, yeah.
Okay, bet.
The 8th to the 18th. Mm-hmm.
The Las Vegas is kind of like the main event for the summer leagues. Yep. So, this is where you really get to see the guys who are prospective players to, maybe get a spot on the team or end up getting shipped down to the D-League. So, number 5 on my list, there's a guy I saw Friday night? Yeah, Friday night with the Lakers, and that's Scottie Pippen Jr. And the reason I threw him on the list is because I was talking to Taylor about this earlier, but I didn't see a whole lot about him coming out of school, other than his name being Scottie Pippen Jr. So I just wanted to see what this kid could bring to the table. Unfortunately, he's in a position where he's like 6 feet 6'1", so he's a little undersized for the league right now. With a lot bigger guards, so he's gonna have to bring something unique to the table. Was pretty much the consensus that we had. But he does have heart. I saw one particular drive where he went to the cup, he finished through contact, he kind of bullied somebody on the block, and that was just nice to see. So, obviously we got to see more from this kid to evaluate if he's going to be able to get a Lakers roster spot, but he's one guy that I had and still have my eyes on. Number 4 is a guy with Detroit, and I listed him a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about draft picks, but it's Jaden Ivey. He was the 5th pick out of Purdue, and he dropped 20 points in his debut against Portland and turned a lot of heads. He caught an ankle injury in his last game, but he said he's good, so, we'll see how things end up developing for him. But, he looked really explosive with, his movements on the court, going to the basket or just getting to a spot like the elbow. He showed good range, shooting from behind the arc. So, I'm excited to see him, how he meshes with the other young talent they have in Detroit, and if they're able to put anything together this year as far as success with their team in the form of wins. So, number 3, I'm going to take it to another LA guy, and that's Shareef O'Neal. And, I really just want to see him because he's another legacy. He's another guy who there wasn't a whole lot of buzz about him coming out of college. He kind of had a pretty subpar college career. He started off in UCLA, then he transferred to LSU. But, he got a look. He got a shot with the Lakers Summer League team. So he's another guy I saw the other night, and I didn't really see much from his performance. But, they still got a few games left, so he's got time to show and prove why he deserves a spot on the team.
Yeah, they got another guy on the team. I think his name is Bass, who kind of does the same. They kind of like the same size. He's a little better than Shareef O'Neal. So Shareef O'Neal gonna have to go, put his hands in the dirt and try to pass that. That young boy can play.
Yeah.
Something Bass, Anthony Bass or something like that. He's actually pretty good.
Okay. Number 2, I'm gonna take it to an East Coast guy, and he's the 3rd brother of the Balls. That's LiAngelo. And he got a summer league look with the Charlotte Hornets. And I'm interested in him and seeing him just to see if he's able to parlay his situation into a contract, because he was in the summer league last year. He got out of school, I believe, the year before that. and he was trying to get into the league, and he's just had a little bit of a tough time. He's been on some G League squads, but he's still trying to break through. It looks like he's developed his game a good amount. He's kind of acquired that consistent downtown shot that both of his brothers seem to have. So I'm going to keep my eye on LiAngelo Ball and see if he's able to get in and make the prophecy of his father, LeVar, come true.
What team is he on now?
Charlotte.
Okay, all right.
LeVar Ball said his goal was to have all three of his boys in the league, so they still fighting.
Technically, he is, though. I mean, he was in the G League all last year, right? Or did he play in another league?
I'm pretty sure he was in the G League last year.
All right.
So I'm going to finish it up with my number one guy, and that's a guy that was actually drafted last year by the Sixers, and he didn't get a whole lot of shine this year. He played for the Delaware Blue Coats for the better part of the season, but they are expecting more from him this year, and I heard he is kind of buzzing in summer league circles right now, but that's Jaden Springer. And he's a little bit of an undersized guard, too. I looked him up earlier. He's like 6'1", 6'2". But they're saying that he has a lot of speed and explosiveness, similar to what Maxey brings to the table. And the team is expecting a step forward from Maxey this season. So, maybe this guy can be the next guy up and add a little more depth to their bench.
He's more of a defensive player, so but that's what he was known for in Tennessee, is playing like really, really good defense. That's kind of what he's done right now. And if he can come along, then you can probably see Matisse getting traded. But he's played some good defense. He played some good defense in the Utah. He had the pluck, and then that's when he dapped up. What's his name? Ja Morant. So he just got to put the offense together. But I think his offensive talent is already better than Matisse. So if he can, get to a point where he can put the ball consistently in the court, he can find. But he's, like you said, he's 19, but he's still got some time to grow.
Yeah, he's definitely a young guy.
He's bigger than 6'2". He's close to 6'5". He's a big kid. Yeah, he's pretty tall.
All right, well, that's going to do it for my list. So I'll get it over to Taylor so he can list off his top 5 players that he wants to see in the summer league.
Yeah, I'll stay with the Sixers, but I'm going to go with the other cat. And it looked like he finally put some weight on his body, Isaiah Joe.
Okay.
It's either now or never this year, brother. I mean, you've been on the league team for 2 years, and he's been scoring. He's averaging about 18 or 19 points, so he's getting it in. And as soon as he gets in the game, he's like one of them cats out in Chicago. He's shooting first and asking questions later. He's pulling triggers all crazy. Yeah. So I like what Isaiah Joe is doing, and Sixers do need somebody that they've drafted, that can come in and kind of do what they do. And I guess Doc Rivers just have to look him in the eye and just look, and then hopefully he can trust him. But he's about 6'4". But the only thing about Isaiah Joe, all he could do was shoot. He's got to be able to get some other dynamics to the game.
To his repertoire.
Can you run the point? Can you play some defense?
Can you get to the basket?
You just can't be a shooter. Are you a catch and shoot kind of guy? Are you one of the type of people that can run up and shoot? So he's got to get some type of a definition to his game, and and then they can probably use you. You just can't be in the NBA just doing one thing. That's why Korkmaz is trash. And there's other players that you've seen. You can't just do one thing, because once that one thing is gone, then you're nothing. So you got to be able to, you got to be at least, I think there's 5 tools, or is it 5 traits in basketball?
Yeah, you got to have at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, you got to have at least 2 or 3. You don't have to have all 5, because some of the best don't have all 5, but they're just really good at 1, 2, and 3. So he's got to bring some of the traits to the game, so they can be like, we can't afford to take him off the floor.
Having all 5 is superstar status.
Yeah, superstar status. Yeah. Number 4, this guy with the second overall pick in the draft. I want to see something from James Wiseman. I got to see something from that kid. They was calling him a low budget Joel Embiid. Well, we got to see that. You know what I mean? Because you've been hurt all this past year. You got hurt the year before. Yeah. Didn't play at all this year. You were supposed to come back, but you had a little setback. I think it was his knee or his foot. So I think he was supposed to. Well, he's supposed to play some. I think Golden State has a game either tonight or tomorrow. He's supposed to play in one of these 2 games and make his debut. Because a lot of Golden State's players, they're all playing. Moody's playing. Kuminga's playing. Yeah, I mean, so those guys are playing. They got drafted last year, so they want to see Wiseman play, get back into player shape, so they can see what they got when the team comes to camp in September. So I would like to see the second overall pick out of Memphis, show something, because when he played in Memphis, I was more of a Precious Achiuwa kind of guy. I wasn't really like on James Wiseman like that. So I want to see him show what he can do, because centers nowadays, I mean, if you're not doing, kind of what Rudy Gobert is doing, then you're kind of like you're in no man's land. You got to be able to shoot the ball. You got to be able to make your free throws. You got to be able to set picks, and it's guaranteed you might not even play 20 minutes a game, because the big men are, if you're over 7 foot tall, you got to be. It's kind of a phased out
aspect of the game.
If you're 7 foot tall, you better be some type of a unicorn or something like that. If you're not, then you're not going to be able to play.
And apparently, the expectations on him are pretty high.
Yeah, well, he needs to go out there and make it happen.
Yeah, he's got to show.
He needs to. Number 3, I don't know, but I saw this guy play a couple times. I was like, I remember his father. We gonna put some respect on Ron Harper Jr. up in Toronto.
Ooh, son of Hollywood Ron.
Yeah. I thought he would get drafted. I thought he was okay, but he did get drafted.
Slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, got to try with Toronto. I want to see what he can do. He's about the same size as his father. He's about 6'4", so I want to see what he can do. Are you going to be a defensive kind of guy? Are you going to be one of these guys that can, shoot? So I just want to see, what can he develop into? I mean, your father was in the league for years, so I want to see, what. Like I said, I saw him at Rutgers. He was a pretty good player, but sometimes something happens with these 4-year players. They kind of don't get drafted, because if no one was trying to get you out of the draft 2-3 years ago, then what made you stay for 4 years? So you got to be really special. So I would like to see him. I don't know. I would just like to. I'm just interested in seeing Ron Harper. Like I said, we live in an area, and I used to see a lot of Rutgers games, and I would be like, oh, okay, he can actually play in NBA. So we'll see.
Okay.
All right. Number 2, another familiar name, young kid out of Detroit, 6'6" shooter out of Syracuse, Buddy Boeheim.
Okay.
I thought he was going to get drafted too, but he didn't. I mean, son of the famous coach up in Syracuse, Jim Boeheim. He got two of his sons. I forget the other one plays, but Buddy was supposed to be the one that was supposed to be that bull, the 3-point shooter, kind of like a JJ Redick clone, but. And I think this past year he averaged like 15, and between 15 and 18, I can't remember how many, but he played a whole lot, but he didn't get drafted either, so he got a little trial with Detroit. I didn't get a chance to see Detroit last night, but like I said, the summer league's gonna go on for the rest of the year. I'm interested in some of these guys that are, they got famous parents and stuff like that. I want to see if these guys have the drive. They can look at Steph Curry and look at him and be like, if he can do it, then maybe I can, do something close to it. Not exactly what he did, but. Yeah. We've grown up with the silver spoon in our mouth, but can we get down in the dirt and, take the shadow off of us from our family and kind of make our own thing? So I'm interested to see something Buddy Boeheim. So,
okay.
Maybe like a 3-point shooter type of guy come in 15 minutes and just drop buckets.
Gotcha.
But number one is a cat out of Brooklyn, and he might be the
BK.
He might be the cat that people might be, Brooklyn might be like, if we do trade and we can kind of move this guy up, and he might be one of these gems that we found as the young boy Cam Thomas.
Okay.
He's playing. I don't think he had to play, because he played very well during the season when he had to step in for Kyrie Irving when he was crying in the corner about Black Lives Matter or whatever he was crying. He's soft. I don't know what it is. He didn't want to play, but Cam Thomas came in and he did his thing, and I want to see him play a little bit more. He's an undersized guard, but I want to see him see what he can do if he could take the reins and kind of maybe make himself get to that start line where they can be like, man, get rid of both of them guys, and we'll just start with a young team, and then we'll work around Bum Simmons, and then we'll see what we can do after that. But I like Cam Thomas. I like what I saw of him last year. Every time they called his name, he was always ready to play, even when people were out. So and he's playing the summer league now, so that means he really loves basketball. So I'm interested in seeing him. I think he could be one of these Jimmy Butler guys, one of these guys on the back end of the draft, or Jordan Poole, one of these guys on the back end of the draft that you see, dang, man, 3-4 years from now, like, dang, anybody could have had him. Here he is balling, you know what I mean? So Cam Thomas, he's got skills. He can play. Okay. So that's my number one guy. Well, I liked him in LSU a couple of years ago. I thought he would get drafted higher, but he got drafted like maybe 27th or 28th last year. So he's a good player. I think he's talented.
Okay, Cam Thomas. All right, well, that'll do it for Taylor's top 5 list for this first edition. And closing that out, we're going to get into a little bit of NFL talk because there was a little bit of news a couple of days ago. Baker Mayfield was traded from Cleveland to the Carolina Panthers. And, we just want to kick around how we feel like this affects the team. The other QB the Panthers had their eyes on most recently, so I read, was Jimmy G. So, Jimmy G, Baker Mayfield, I don't know who really gets the better of that deal, but the most TDs that he's thrown in his career in a season was 27 during his rookie year. Last year, he only threw for 17, but he does have a career completion percentage of 62%. And the other thing, he's pretty durable. He's only missed 4 games in 4 years, and he has a touchdown to interception ratio of 92 to 56, which gives him a passer rating of 87.8. By comparison, Josh Allen has a passer rating of 91.0, and Lamar Jackson has a passer rating of 98.1. And all 3 of those guys, as we remember, were drafted in the same year in 2018. So whether this is going to, set the Panthers on fire and boost them to a playoff berth, I don't know if that's going to work, because they definitely need to have a healthy Christian McCaffrey to be at their best, to be at full strength. But it's all about how Baker Mayfield is going to end up meshing with the wide receiver talent they have out there. And so I read he already had some issues in the past with Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson said something slick about him a couple seasons ago. So
no, it's this past year.
Past year.
They said, "Do you want Baker Mayfield?" He just went, "No." Now they asked him a couple days ago. He said, "Oh yeah, we all cool right now," but.
He might be capping.
Yeah, but Baker is his own worst enemy. It's no one else's fault. It's no coach's fault. He has to be able to play smart football. That's what he doesn't play smart. He had a good year last year. His rookie year, he was okay. 2019 was terrible. 2020 was a really good year, and then last year, because you can't have every other year. You know, what I mean, that's like that Jeff George type stuff, man. You have to be able to be consistent. That's what happened with Jeff George. He was inconsistent. You got to be consistent for 2-3 years so they can be like, all right, we don't have to worry about him no more. But every other year, you're having problems with a receiver. You're throwing balls into tight coverages. You don't know how to throw the ball away. You don't know how to keep yourself out of harm's way. He threw a couple of interceptions last year. He's running after the player who he threw the interception. You can't do that. Sometimes you got to get out of the way. Yeah, you can't because
you're one of the most important players on the field.
Yeah, you can't.
They can't afford you to go out because you want to stop a guy after you threw an interception.
You can't do that. You don't ever see Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady running after somebody and running shoulder first and then hit. You can't. That's stupid. You want to show your tough, but once you're in the NFL, you have to make sure the rest of that team depends on you, especially you're the quarterback. So that's his Baker Mayfield's problem. He's an idiot. He's stupid. You can't play like that. You know what I mean? Some of these times, oh man, ain't nobody open. Let me throw it out of bounds. How many times have we seen Aaron Rodgers throw it out of bounds on second down, and then it's 3rd and 14, and what does he do? He'll complete a 22-yard pass. We've seen that. That's the smartest thing you can do. You know what I mean? Every play is not going to be there. Some of these defense, they get paid too. So if they got you all covered up, all right, let me throw it away. Or sometimes what Aaron Rodgers does, and I don't want to compare them to, but what Aaron Rodgers will do, he'll throw it away on 3rd down, and what he'll do is we're going to do the same stuff, but we're going to switch it to the other side, and because he'll see like, oh, they doing cover 3 on that one side. Well, if I run it on this side, I'm going to be able to. That's what you have to do in your quarterback. You have to analyze the situation. Yeah. Baker Mayfield is horrible at doing that. He doesn't know how to think forward. He's always thinking, oh, I got to make this play right now, and that's why they always get into trouble. So that team imploding last year. That was on him. They stacked that defense up, and the defense was actually okay. You know what I mean? They had Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett on one. That's disgusting. I don't know who would want to face that, but you being an idiot, just doing all types of stupid stuff, fumbling the ball. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, you have to be able to calm yourself down and just you have to play for the team. You can't just go out there and play for yourself. So that's his problem. Yeah, I mean the numbers look good, but I've seen him play. He plays too reckless, man. That's probably what the book is on him. He's reckless. So if he can stop the reckless playing and stuff like that, he'll be fine. Carson Wentz is the same way. He'll play good 1 year, well, actually in 3 or 4 games, but then he throws these crazy passes. You got to know how to. Sometimes you got to give up on the play. All right, let me throw this out of bounds. You know what I mean, I don't want to put my team into a horrible situation. So we'll see if it works out. I mean. But the Browns are going to pay the lump sum of the money, so that was kind of what the deal was kind of holding up for. Just like I said, some of these deals, they just sometimes it's about money. So Browns are going to pay the $10 million, and then I think the Carolinas are going to pay the rest, and they only got him for like a 5th round pick. Now, if you'd done this last year, how the way Baker played last year, it'd have been a 1st round pick. So it's kind of like a what have you done for me lately in NFL. You never know what can happen. So we'll see.
Got that man on discount.
Yeah, they did got him on a discount, and this is pretty much a 1-year prove-it deal. Isn't it funny that him and Sam Darnold were in the same draft, but then I guess 7 or 8 picks later, Josh Allen, we seen what he is. So it all depends. It all depends on who wants it more. You just, like I said, you never know in these drafts. And I like NFL because you'll find out real fast who's good and who can't play. It don't take 3, 4, 5 years. You pretty much find out in 2 years. Josh Allen is a pretty good quarterback, and those two guys are literally fighting for one spot. And they were one was the first pick, and he was the 3rd pick overall in 2018. That 2018 not even that long ago.
Well, decision making is the things that can, decide between the quarterback being average, being good, and being great. So if you can't get your head in the game and focus, you're going to be up out of here. You're going to be getting moved around, shipped out to different teams.
He's got skills. He just has to be able to. You got to play smart, man. I saw Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford went on a little bit of interception rant last year, but then he honed it in the playoffs, and he was spectacular.
Yep. All right, well, that's going to do it for NFL Talk this week, and we're going to move into Have You Seen, Have You Heard? So, Taylor, what you got for us this week?
R.I.P. to my man, well, he's not my man, but Tony Sirico, a.k.a. Paulie Walnuts.
Paulie Walnuts.
Sopranos.
From The Sopranos.
Passed away, man, at 79 years old, man, and anytime I see Paulie Walnuts, I always thought about the episode of The Pine Barrens. He's an interior declarant. And then Chrissy said, interior declarant, but his house looked like. I was like, yo, man, that's all I wanted to say, man. I don't have no, that's it. That's all. That was it. Have you seen, have you heard? I just wanted to say that scene. That's one of the funniest scenes in the Sopranos I've ever seen. Don't get no better writing than that. That was hilarious, man. So have you seen, have you heard? Paulie Walnut, a.k.a. Tony Sirico, has passed away at 79 years young, man. He was a just classic on that show. You know what I mean? And James Caan, he passed away too.
James Caan.
And Sonny Corleone, he's out of here, man.
Yeah, man.
50, I'm sorry, not 50, 82 years young, man. Everyone loves him in Godfather, but Taylor's favorite movie with James Caan is Misery. Oh, man, that was a beast, man.
Misery.
My man had to be laid up in a bed with his legs, for half the movie, and then move around in a wheelchair. I mean, I thought that was great, man. He looked terrified in that movie, man.
No, wait,
There's
sir.
another movie that I love him in, and it's an old Navy movie called Cinderella Liberty.
Okay.
Where he falls in love with this hooker in Bremerton, Washington, and she dip out and leave her son with him.
I don't think I've ever seen it before. I heard about it.
It's from the 70s. It looks really dark. It looks like a really dark film. Mm-hmm. How the 70s had that bad lighting. But it's hilarious. It's a classic for the Navy guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Solid goal.
Yeah. But that was just have you seen, have you heard? I know everybody saw it. This one just makes.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. You want to say something with what I just had to say?
Well, I was just going to say there was one more RIP. I saw Jimmy Williams,
who
cornerback. He was drafted by the Bills in 2001, and then he went to San Francisco later that year without playing a game for the Bills. Ended his career in Seattle. And was a member of the 2005 Super Bowl team that lost to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
All right.
There's so many Williams in the NFL. If he didn't make like a spectacular play out of, I think I kind of remember him. He was like what number? Maybe 23. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that guy. He's not as important, I'm sorry, as James Conn and Tony Sirico. Yeah, Taylor said it.
All right.
All right, so Taylor's going to go to my girl. She got my name, Joy Taylor. So I'm gonna sound this out. Joy Taylor was on vacation this week, and posting pictures in the bathing suit, looking all good.
I saw her on IG.
The sun glistening off that skin, and I think she posted a picture in the water. I think it's on an IG story, and it's like a pig in the water, or something like that. So I think she was in the Caribbean, something like that. Salute to the troll that said, "Which one's the pig?" I said, "Damn." She reposted it because
bang.
She reposes when people come at her. She reposes them. I just thought that was funny.
That's wild. My man said, "Which one is the pig?
Which one is the pig?"
Coming for next.
Yeah, she reposted. She, I think she must have scanned down and saw it and must have. I don't know. I don't know how IG worked, but she posted it, and I thought that was hilarious.
As I used to say back in the day, he was going for the jugular.
Yeah, he was going for the jugular, man. Sliced her up, man. That was pretty good, man. All right. Now I'm not going to talk about either of these stories. You guys are going to have to pick. So, do you want to talk about the Amiri shirt man getting sliced up at the bodega, or do you want to talk about the Dollar General girl getting clapped? Y'all can choose which one. I'm not talking about both of them. Which one do you want to talk about? They're both on camera.
All right. Well,
you want to talk about the bodega one or Dollar General store? I'm not talking about both.
I'll vote for the one I didn't see, so I'll say the Dollar General.
Okay.
Because I saw the ball get pulled up in the bodega. That was mean.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Not mean in the sense of mean on the part of the guy. I just mean that was mean. Like, that was a mean video.
Yeah, man.
That was wild.
Yeah, man. Well, the Dollar General store was another two black women. The black clerk from Dollar General and another black woman. She was on the phone. She was basically saying, I don't know what happened, but she's saying, I'm going to whip this girl's ass. I said, okay, all right. So her and the Dollar General girl, they get into it. So they're fighting, and the girl that was on the phone, that was the customer, got the best of the Dollar General girl score. The Dollar General store worker. So you think it's over, right?
Yeah.
But see, this is what happens when a lot of you people are out here thinking that you about that street life, or you thinking you know what I mean, anytime you beat somebody up, you got to run their pockets, man, or you got to do something, man. You got to make sure they laying down and they're not getting back up. Well, the Dollar General store, she got up and went behind a counter and got herself the peacemaker, or as I like to call it, the burner, the tool,
the toaster,
the gat,
the heat,
the act right,
the flame,
Joel Osteen, because he gonna make you sing Jesus. And she clapped that black woman and she said, please, I'm sorry, and gave her that work, and R.I.P. to her.
Well, so she checked out.
Yeah, she checked out.
Wait a second. She was begging for her life?
Begging for her life.
And she still clapped her?
Yeah, it clapped her.
That was self-defense.
I think it clapped her twice. You know what I mean? So
bow.
All on camera. And salute to the man, said, get the batteries. We got to get on out of here. Get the battery. Get on out of here, man. As soon as I saw that gun, I'd have been like, I'm not taping this no more. So, the savages out here just taping people, just going to Jesus.
Smoked.
Yeah, getting called to Jesus here. So she got called to Jesus. She got her wake-up call, but unfortunately, it cost her life. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful running down on people and thinking you about that life. You know what I mean? Because everybody out here, they going to the place to get their license and laying people down. I think this was in Brooklyn. I think it was in Brooklyn.
People know that there's madness out here, so if they can be strapped, 9 times out of 10, they're strapped.
Yeah, man. So I'm not, like I said, I didn't want to do both stories. It's ridiculous, but that was just another. Have you seen? Have you heard? The Dollar Store General. I think that just came out maybe Friday evening or maybe Friday afternoon. So, and then I saw it all day on Saturday.
Watch your body.
Watch your body. I'm telling you, man. People out here they holding it. And it ain't just fellas. The females out here carrying it too.
If you acting like you ready to die, somebody might test you.
Yeah, run up and get done up, and that's what happened, unfortunately.
All right.
That's about it for me.
Okay, well, that's Have You Seen, Have You Heard? And now we're going to get into the common sense space. And our topic has been something that's been in the news for a couple of weeks now, actually maybe a couple of months.
Yeah,
definitely a couple of months at this point, because she's been away for a while. But Brittany Griner, unfortunately, has been incarcerated and held in Russian prison for a while now, and
February.
She just had a court date recently.
Like people don't smoke weed in Russia. Like she brought it. Like she brought a whole pounds
But our common sense topic for this week is: should Americans have sympathy for Brittany Griner, who was caught at the airport with a cartridge, which is like a vapable weed device, and she ended up going away and has not been freed since then.
She claimed that she was packing and she didn't know it was there.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. It sounds well, like we used to say back then, it sounds good.
Well, she didn't bring it into Russia, so how we know? Are they going after the source, or are they just because for if you're looking at 10 years for an empty cartridge, then y'all should really be going after the source.
Was it empty?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just saw the tape where she was, they went through her bag. She was standing right there, and then but like I said, I don't know what happened after that. I just saw her, kind of like once you go into check into America, they check through your bag. Yeah, you go through your bag.
Like going out to catch a smuggler.
Yeah, like in TSA, and then and they found it, and then next thing you know, I don't know what happened with the video. I haven't seen the video in a while. It was a while ago, but I don't know. I mean, I'll start it off, because usually I always go last. When you go to these other countries, they got different rules. You got to know the rules. So, probably what she had is nothing to us, but to them, I don't know Russia's rules. When you go to these foreign states, they got different rules. And it's just like if I come into E's house, I can't come into E's house and take my shoes off. This is E's house. I'm in his area, so I have to follow his rules, and vice versa. If I go to Mikey's crib or if somebody comes to my house, hey man, you can't go into my fridge. So when you go to these other countries, you can't play. Oh, I didn't know. No, forget all that. We didn't know. I just gave a story. What happened? Was it last week or 2 weeks ago when the white boy went over to South Korea and was touching the flag or desecrating the flag?
Yeah.
That's a true story. They gave that white boy.
They gave that boy all types of work.
37 years, and then America did what they did to get him back. By the time America got him back, took him a year to get him back. And this is not
depleted.
This is not some famous white man. It's just some regular Joe Blow white boy. He was so by the time he got back on the plane, he was dead. He didn't even make it home. So I'm just letting you know, you can't go to these places and act, do what you want to do. They got rules. Now, it's unfair. She probably shouldn't even be locked up, but they got rules over there. And this happened before the Ukraine and everything. Like this happened maybe a month and a half before everything got went crazy down in with Ukraine and Russia. So it happened before.
There were talks of tensions building at that point in time between Russia and Ukraine. Yeah. So it was kind of known in that area that things was approaching going down.
I doubt that she knew, and I'm telling stereotyping. I doubt that she knew. I doubt that she knew.
Well, I'm not talking about her knowing. I'm just talking about the fact that those things were going on might have influenced the fact that she got held for so long.
Yeah, and of course she was going, playing basketball. Cause a lot of these women basketball players, they don't make that much money.
Yeah, now so they go overseas to play in other leagues to kind of make it up.
Yeah, so. I don't know. Like I said, you have to know. You got to know the rules. You got when I travel, I like to carry a switchblade knife. But I know when I go over to international, I got to take that crap out my bag, and I can't carry that. There's certain things you just can't carry overseas. Me and Mike went on a trip, and they took my toothpaste. Remember, was it 2 years ago?
Went down to Tampa
and took my toothpaste. So they got restrictions on these airport in these airports, no matter you like it or not. And the more we move, like maybe back in the 90s, you can bring whatever on the flight. But after all these people doing, all it takes one person to mess up a wet dream. So, I don't know. Like I said, do I feel sympathy? No. Because you're supposed to know. I can't bring this over. I'm pretty sure they got some stuff over there for her that she can get on her own. But maybe Russia's not on that weed wave like America is. I don't know. So this is stuff you can't. I don't like when people who are older who play dumb. This is not a young girl. This girl is 32 years old, so she's not. And we all saw her play at Baylor. She played there for 4 years. So this is an educated black female who didn't know what the hell was going on. You gotta know the rules. All that playing dumb, that stuff is cute when you're 16, 17 years old, when you're 14, but when you're 30 some odd years old, people ain't playing that. Oh, I didn't know. Officer, I didn't know I couldn't drive 90 miles an hour on the freeway. I didn't know that. They're not playing that. They don't give you a ticket. So act like you know is what my parents used to say.
All right. Well, to be honest, I'll say that I have some sympathy for her. Just being somebody who was in a similar position, not outside of the country, but inside the country. I was away. And, when you're in that situation and you're away and you don't know when you're coming home, if you're coming home, what's going on, if you're going to be sent away for however amount of time, especially being so far away from your home, you can't get no visits, can't nobody come see you. All you hearing is what you hearing, maybe what you're reading in news, if you can get your hand on news. So it's a tough spot to be in. And unfortunately, she's one of many Americans around the world who are being detained and, are in that position. But Taylor's right. She should have known better, going to a different country, going to a foreign country and moving around the way she was moving. But that doesn't neglect the fact that doesn't erase the fact that she's in the situation she's in. She's in a foreign place. She doesn't speak the language. She probably don't really know what's going on like that. And, she just wants to get up out of there and come back. And things ain't really been moving heavily in that direction yet. And I saw something last week asking if people believed if Trump was in office, if she'd be home by now.
Everybody loved this, the what ifs and the
because of course we know Trump brought A$AP Rocky home from Sweden.
Remember
when he had a little dust up over there and he got locked up.
Remember the whole you just talked about LiAngelo Ball. Remember they went over to China to play that basketball game,
tried to steal some stuff and got caught up.
And they came right back within I don't think it was even 2 weeks, and they were stealing some type of jewelry or something like that. And remember. Well, this is a little bit different. Remember Ryan Lochte during the Olympics? He lied about some getting robbed or something like that during the Olympics.
I remember that.
They just threw that out just this past week.
That was the year when he was acting like he wanted to come from Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps dusted him.
Yeah. So when you go to these places overseas, I'm telling you, you better be careful, man. They got different rules, man.
Got to be on your P's and Q's, know what's what, man.
Man, listen. As a person who spent a lot of time and a lot of years overseas, it like their cultures, their rules. They don't, Americans are ignorant.
Yeah,
like they will really be over somewhere and start getting to drinking and acting stupid and really think that they're home. There was a guy from a deployment in Turkey. I don't know if we were in Marmaris or Antalya. And he pissed on this statue. And like he got arrested and I'd never seen that guy again. I mean, I don't know what happened, but this was like the late 90s, but I never seen that guy again. Like you can't do that. Nope. They're not gonna give you a citation.
Nope.
Nah.
You came in,
and on top of the fact that you're American,
and I think that this was one of these statues of some significance. Like they don't put up a statue.
They don't make
just
statues
because.
for nothing over there. No, they dedicate statues to religious figures. So, and I'm saying,
believe me, I was on my best behavior. The only time that they letting you get away with stuff outside of assault and murder is at the red light districts because they getting a piece of that money. But otherwise, you can't go out there cutting up.
No,
you'll be there forever. Let's see how valuable you are when you're sitting in some European jail. and I'm telling you, you think they're going to get you out. We'll be done moved on, forgot all about you. You'll be old. Remember that guy back? Oh, man, I remember him. He just got out.
Salute to American jail. They'll feed you 3 square meals a day, maybe 2 square meals.
Yeah.
Over there, they might forget about you for a day.
Yeah.
They might forget about you.
Yeah.
So you might not get a meal a day. You know what I mean? So I like how people say, I've been locked. Go overseas and get locked up.
It's a different ball game.
Mr. Charlie, who makes the ham sandwiches, he's off for a week and a half. Because we can't pay him.
Go down there to Brazil where them lords at. They be playing soccer with your head. They'll behead you and be playing soccer with your piece. Like it ain't nobody's business. This is real. That's the prisons. And they get away with it. It's horrible.
Yep.
It's been a common theme in this show, but watch your body.
Yeah, man. Dude, I'm telling you, man. Dude, you go overseas, man. And salute to the people out in Mexico who go out there and cut up. The Americans that go out there and get cut up, and then not cut up, but cut up and act crazy. And then the Mexican police will take you to the ATM. Yeah, just go out there, go in the ATM, give me about $400 or $500, and then I'll let you free.
We'll call it square.
Yeah, we'll call it square. Or I could just take your passport.
and then you're not going nowhere.
And then you can fly back home, but you're going to have to pay a bunch of money, but you won't be back down there because they'll take your passport. You know what I mean? So, like I said, a lot of these places, they don't play like the police up here. That's cool and all, but down there, they be like, listen, man, I just caught you speeding for going 65 in a 45. But if you, I'm gonna get in the car with you, and we're gonna go to the ATM. That's how you get out the ticket. There ain't no tickets down there. You just gonna have to pay to get up out of there. And a lot of times you gotta pay that. You gotta pay that money.
Come up off that money
because you don't want to go to that jail. Nah. Ain't no paperwork. Ain't no damn the finger thing where they put it on the damn what's that thing? They take your fingerprint. They don't have none of that crap.
They not worried about that in Mexico. They throw you in the jail until somebody comes to get you.
No, they might not even tell nobody to come get you.
No. I'm not talking about them telling somebody to come get you. I'm saying just until somebody comes to get you. They not letting you out on your own. There is no 24-hour hold. They let you out the tank the next day.
No, they just gonna have you sitting there. You know what I mean? Hey man, you got to mop this floor up, and then after you mop the floor, we're gonna put you back in the jail, and then we might call your hotel. We might call your family. We just, like I said, they don't play by the rules down there. So you have to know this going on the plane international. You have to know this in your mind. I can't go over there and you better check your bags and everything. I don't know what Brittany was doing, but you can't act dumb. And I salute her trying to write a letter to old Joe. Joe probably couldn't read the damn mail. He said, "What is
handwritten?
What is this?"
He had to have somebody read it to him.
I just fell off a bike. I don't want to read no damn letter.
Can you imagine him looking at the letter and then his dentures pop out and then he forget to read the letter?
Oh God.
I just read the other day, Joe Biden is 4 years older than Bill Clinton. Salute to you people for putting that man in office. Salute to y'all. That man's almost 80 years old, man.
Jeez.
And I saw Bill Clinton. I said, he looks terrible. But Joe will be 80 in like October. We got an old, decrepit man in office, man.
2 more years.
Lord have mercy.
All right, well, we're going to close out the Common Sense space, and we're going to get into our second edition of the Top 5, which is going to celebrate rapper, actor, entrepreneur. At one point in time, they called him a mogul. He started a big movement in the music industry. We're not even going to talk about how he parlayed that to the other side of the entertainment industry and got into acting and pretty much took over a whole network over at Stars. But 50 Cent had a birthday this past Wednesday on July 6th.
Happy birthday, 50.
So in honor of Fifth and all he's done over his career on the music side, we're going to list our top 5 50 Cent songs.
Curtis
Jackson.
Yeah. I think he's 47.
Okay, 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
So at number 5, I have his first album, Power the Dollar. It was a song called Slow Dough. And that joint is hard. Whenever you hear about Power the Dollar, you hear a lot about how to rob. You hear about the Ghetto Quran and stuff like that. But he got some other gems on there. And on that, slow dough is better than no dough.
Nah.
Get caught talking to Popo, you get hit with the fofo. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yep.
My is a loco. Go against me, that's a no-no.
That's right.
Y'all is so-so. That's why you ain't getting no dough.
That's right.
And then later on the song, he said, 50 Cent is my symbol and my name, symbolizing the change that I'm bringing to this game. So I just thought that was a couple of dope lines, or a dope line and a dope hook. And the beat on that joint is hard. You know, the way he gets on that joint is hard. One thing about 50 that I will always say is at the period of time where he was in the game and he was rocking and he was hot, he was one of the best hook makers in hip-hop history. He could make a hook and that joint would be a hit, no problem.
Yeah, I agree. His hooks were dope. I ain't gonna hold you.
Nah. So number 4 is a joint that's a little more of a vibe for me, more than a lyrical song. But it's I'm the Man, and it was a single featuring Chris Brown.
Oh, I'm the man.
I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
Yeah, I remember that joint.
Yeah. That joint came out. He did another joint with Chris Brown called Romeo and Juliet. That joint was hard too.
Juliet for them hoes.
Yeah.
That they played that at the end of one of the Power episodes. That joint was hard.
Chris was on there spitting in bars.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the Man is hard. That was also featured on a Power episode.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a joint for me to this day. I still listen to that. So number 3, I'm gonna take it to a joint that, in my opinion, at the point in time when this joint came out, it was like the definition of crew love for that period. But it's the Hate It or Love It remix off of The Massacre. And that joint had the whole unit on it. It was 50, Game, Banks, Buck, and Yayo. And that was one of the first joints on a mainstream album when you heard all of them on the same song. So that was kind of dope. So I'll put that in there. Number 2, I got to take it to his first actual commercially successful album, Get Rich or Die Trying. One of the flamest, hottest, dopest songs on the whole album, Wankster.
Yeah.
To this day, when you hear the beat come on, all you can say is, damn, homie. High school, you was the man, homie. Like that joint was hard.
You ain't no friend of mine. You
What
ain't no
happened to
kin of
you?
mine.
What happened to you, dog?
What happens when I run up on you with the 9? We do this all the time. I'm on the grind. Like, yo, man, Lord have mercy.
He was coming for next on that joint.
Curtis wasn't playing no games when he first came out. He was let know.
Yeah. Said, I'm here.
Y'all tried to get me up out the game, but I'm back and I ain't going nowhere.
And there's a famous Jay-Z interview. I think he was up Hot 97, and he was talking, saying that he was talking to all the young dudes under him, all the state property guys and Bleak and everybody around the time 50 Cent was coming out, just telling them like, yo, you need to sharpen your stuff up because this new guy's coming on the scene and he's going to explode. And he absolutely did when Get Rich or Die Trying hit. That had joints on it for days.
Man took off and never looked back.
Yeah. Bought Mike Tyson's house and he was sitting on top of the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so I'm going to finish it up with number 1, and I'm going to take it back to Power of the Dollar. It's another track on there called I'm a Hustler.
I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler.
And on that song, he said, I hate a liar. Listen to this real quick. I hate a liar more than I hate a thief. A thief is only after my salary. A liar's after my reality. Mm-hmm. So the liar's trying to throw off your whole perception of everything, man. You got to watch that out here. But that was sampled from the same song as a Jay-Z track from Volume 1, which was called Where I'm From.
Yeah.
And you can hear it very vaguely in certain areas of the song, but that's another joint that's dope. And that's going to do it for my list. So Taylor, what you got for your top 5 50 Cent songs?
50. That's one of my guys. I think he's in my top 10 rappers of all time. He, like I said, the hooks. Yeah, I mean,
he's never mentioned in top conversations. It's crazy.
He's in mine. I mean, I don't know what people are wanting. I mean, this cat was talking and me knowing somebody who I just say grew up around him, they say he was actually leaving stuff out. Everything he was talking about was like 99% fact. So he wasn't like some type of fake
making stuff up.
He was out there really getting it in. He had a bike with his
50 had the pen.
Yeah, but had a bike when he was 15, getting money, all that stuff in them Southside Jamaica Queens streets. So he's that boy. You know what I mean, and I like his, I always just was I just always liked the music, man. I don't know what it is, man. Even the features stuff like, but most of my songs are just him by himself.
He ghost wrote for a few people.
Yeah, he ghost wrote for a couple
on
people.
The low.
You know what I mean, yeah, but right now I'm just going to focus on track with him by himself. So number 5 is Back Down.
See, on my list, I was either going to put Back Down or Wankster. I couldn't put both. So I picked Wankster.
It's easy to see when you look at me, 50.
If you look closely, 50 don't back down.
I love that song, man. What you gonna do? What you gonna happen? 50 back around. That's John. I love that song, man. Like his songs that were quote unquote diss records, they were like well constructed songs. You know what I mean? So the pianos and stuff like that. I always thought he was a really good beat selector too, man. I that's one of my joints right there, man.
You can tell he was a student of the game from the way he was able to architect his songs.
Yeah, man. So Back Down, I think I think that was on Get Rich or Die, but that was one of the songs.
That was definitely on Get Rich or Die.
But that song was already circulating around on the mixtape on the what's that mixtape? Guess Who's Back? Or I forget what it's called. The mixtape before he got signed, so that was already out there. So they kind of put it back on the back end of the 50 Cent. Maybe put it in the middle or something like that. But it was a song that was already heard. So number 4. I mean, I don't want to say he jacked the beat because they kind of did the beat and it was different. And K-Slay grabbed him and said, 50, so I'm going to put you on a song called 50 Shot Ya. And I love that song, man. 50 Shot Ya. with the quotations around it, problem child. Now everybody knows that Jadakiss, of course, took it a year or so later and dissed him on it. But the original 50 Cent song, I Shot You, is hard, man.
Okay.
I love that joint, man. Yeah, man. So I think this came out maybe like I said, most of these are mixtape slash album joint, but this was on one of K-Slay. I think it was K-Slay Street Runners Volume 1. But that song is hard, man. If you listen to that now, you can be like, yo, this. And I'm telling you, when 50 spit 3 verses, he had bars. You know what I mean? So I always that was one of my favorite joints. Problem Child. Man, I love that joint, man. That's a dope cut, man. So 50 Cent 50 Shot You off. I think it was on K-Slay's first Street Runners joint. R.I.P. to K-Slay.
All right.
He's ranting and raving on it and everything. Yeah.
Of course he is.
That's what he do. The drama king. 50, you slap the rappers, I'm gonna slap the DJs. Let's go. I said, okay, y'all. Okay. All right then. Number 3 off the Before I Self-Destruct album. People just sleep on that joint. These ain't strong enough. They money ain't long enough. When you read down with me, yo, I love that song, man. Strong enough, man. Yo, man, I love that song. I remember when I first heard that album, I was like, yo, this album was hard. And that was like in the middle. I was like, yo, here 50 with another little sneaky little hot joint right here, man. That song is hard, man.
Okay.
All his joints, they're kind of like he's chanting at people, stuff like that. He's kind of like antagonizing people, but they're just great songs, man. And every time I listen to 50 Cent, every time I listen to him, rap or make a song, he always seemed like he enjoyed making the music. Like a lot of these, they're angry doing the music. I never saw 50 as being angry. I just saw him as making music, and he loved doing it. And he made it the first time. Had the little incident where he got shot, and once he got his second choice, he said, "Nah, man, I'm gonna make music. I'm gonna love this." You know what I mean? Because I could easily be in the grave right now. You know what I mean? So all his music, even his diss track, he sounded like he was having fun. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, 50
Cent laugh is classic.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like that's a beautiful song. You know what I mean? A great song. Number so now 1 and 2. This is tough, man. You know what I mean? But I had to go to the War Angel LP. Red Rum. 187 in motion. Hammers cock when I'm roasting. Yo, that song is just that joint is great, man. That's might be one of the better songs ever composed in that like 2008, 2009 era. And that was kind of like 50's like, I don't want to say he's on the back end of his career, but he's kind of like once you're hot. Because remember, he went diamond on that first album.
Yep.
And then the second album, I think it went maybe 6 or 7 million. So now he's kind of like, he's not always going to be, you can't ever top diamond. But you have to continue to make music. You know what I mean? So he made War Angel, kind of out of nowhere. People was kind of thinking he was washed. And I was like, nah, man, this War Angel joint is hard. And that Red Run song is hard, man. Like those haunting beats and stuff like that, man. He was real good at that. You know what I mean? So
no doubt.
That song is hard, man. I don't care what no one says, man. You, like I said, if you listen to that now, you're gonna have the radio up and you're like, yo, this 50 was making joints, man. I'm sorry, man. Oh yeah, the spare change and all that stuff is because of the song, yeah. But number 1, this has been my favorite song ever since what's the second album called? The Massacre. Threw their face up at me on some son, they don't want beef. I cocked that ain't out the window, empty out my shell. Y'all don't want to he better lay that. Yo, that in my hood. Right Come there, on, man. In my hood. Got rough for me, and I don't got yo. I love that song, man.
Yeah.
He was spitting his ass off on that joint, man. He was talking about selling drugs, selling coke, running down on pimping. He was talking the quintessential shoot 'em up, bang bang, die slow music. That's what I like from 50 Cent, man. Once he was in his lane, he stayed there. You know what I mean? Now of course he had beautiful songs like God Gave Me the Style. Those songs are great. You know what I mean? But once he got into his guerrilla stuff, his street stuff, it was I thought it was just poetry. You know what I mean? So yeah, in my hood, that's pretty much the first song off the Massacre. You open up that CD with that, and I always did like the Massacre a little bit more than Get Rich or Die Trying. But the Massacre was just hard ass song. But that was the first one. And I remember when they shot the commercial with the G Unit sneakers, that was the song playing in the background when they was playing football and stuff like that. I just remember that song, man. Oh man, I love that song. Man. He always talk about being victims and all that stuff. Either you're a victim, either you're a vic or you're a victim. He was spitting bars on that joint, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. So 50 Cent, In My Hood off the Massacre album. That's a classic song. That's always gonna be my number one joint. He was in his bag on that joint. I don't hold you. Curtis was in his bag.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah. So all you out there was rocking them G Unit white beaters and all that stuff with no muscles.
I thought she was going to talk about the G Unit Reeboks, but
yeah, the Reeboks too.
You talking about the tank tops?
Yeah, the tank tops that he had. Niggas was rocking them joints all. I remember that whole summer. I was like, yo, y'all look crazy.
They was down the shore with them joints heavy.
They was just walking the streets. I remember being on South Street and had them on, just walking in South Street. I was
I'm just saying they was down there with them too. They was selling them on the boardwalk.
And that was crazy, man. So that 50 Cent, he got plenty of joints. I'm sorry, just his catalog is pretty solid. Once I went through it, I was like, yo, man, my man got a solid catalog over these past little 20 plus years, man. All right, 50 Cent, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Once you go through it, you be like, he got some heat, man.
You got anything you want to throw in the mix?
Nah, y'all pretty much covered it.
All right, bet.
Yeah, man. The only one I liked off, not only one. The song I liked off the first album was "I'm a Hustler." Is I'm a Hustler? I'm a Hustler. Yeah.
That's like first one?
Off the Power of the Dollar.
Oh yeah.
He had a little bit of Jada Kiss.
That's the one I was talking about. I'm a Hustler.
Yeah, that's the one you. That song was hard, man. Yeah, that song was hard. Of course, Ghetto Quran. That was dope. And he had a song with Beyonce off of that joint too, man.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did, man. Yeah, she's singing a hook, talking about she want a thug, something like that, man. I said, okay.
I heard that. I want a thug.
Yeah. I think it was called Thug. It was called Thug Love or Thug something
like that.
Yeah. And he got a joint with him, Nature, and Nas. Oh man, Too Hot. That joint is hard, man.
Okay.
Yeah, the projects is too hot. We're gonna get shot on your block on the floor. Like you said, his hooks was dope, man.
He got a joint off the Massacre called Ski Mask Way.
Oh, yeah.
I like that joint. I get mine the fast way. Ski Mask Way. Make money. Make money. Yeah. And then he got a joint called This Is 50, and it got the same kind of intro as that Biggie song.
Yeah.
That joint is hard. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, man down. That joint is hard.
Oh.
Yo, man, like he knew how to start albums. Like he was, all right, we gonna flood with we're not gonna do the my best song. We're gonna flood it. We're gonna get into a mode, and then we'll get like his most commercial song would be like number 5 or number 6, something like that. But his first 2 or 3 Jones would be hard. Like What Up Gangsta when the coin dropping in.
Yeah.
What Up Gangsta was hard, man.
Eminem,
Like I remember when I first heard, I said, what the hell is this? I said, this coming out hitting home runs on a 0-0 count. Nah, I'm going for the home run. Then after that, you go to Patiently Waiting. Then after Patiently Waiting, you go to Many Men. I was like, yo, that's the way to open up a CD, my brother. Damn. Like I said, the musical. I mean, we look at him now as a TV guy, but the music that he put out was really, really good. A lot of people they won't admit it, but they bit how he did how he put his albums together and stuff like that. And talking slick and everything.
And 50 was a troll.
Oh, he was a
window
super
shopper.
Oh, window shopper.
Oh no!
And Super 50, he wasn't Jay was the king of subliminals. 50 was the complete opposite. He was putting your name in the song. He didn't give a who you was.
It wasn't subs when it was coming from 50. It was direct.
Yeah, I mean the very first song, How to Rob, everybody was in it. Big Pun, Case, Keith Sweat, Bobby Brown, and Timbaland, and everybody.
Brian McKnight, Lil Kim, Diddy,
Stevie J, them tight ass minks. I said, dang, 50, you just coming at everybody. You just don't give a damn, man.
Slick Rick.
Like I'm saying, man, he was like I said, when he came out, he made you pay. Oh, I gotta pay attention to this Negro.
What is this bull talking about?
What this bull talking about, man? 1998, when I first heard him, I was like, all right. And then when he got shot, he was kind of like, oh man, that's crazy. But when he came back, everybody knew who he was. Like, oh damn, he back. And then you saw all the mixtapes in that early, I think right before I graduated high school. That's when I started seeing like 50. I said, this back. And then within like a couple months, he signed a deal with Eminem. And as soon as he signed it, it didn't even seem like it took that long. The Wankster video was out. I said, this going he's making up for lost time, man. Go ahead. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah.
All right, well, that's going to do it for Top 5. And we're going to end this week's episode with T's thoughts. So, T, what you got on your mind?
I'm getting back to, I want to get back to, not the Brittany Griner thing, but people just being aware of what's going on, and also to the gentleman that got sliced up in the bodega. Listen, man, you gotta. Like I've talked about this before, and I keep reiterating it. Sometimes you gotta learn how to take the L, man. You can't just Everybody's not going to just let you just run down on them, man. Like, I don't care if it's a little age, I don't even put anybody race, but somebody that's small or somebody that's young or something like that. People are not just going to be taking L's like that. So sometimes, you know what I mean? I think the situation was somebody's car got declined. He goes to confront the man. You got to be careful when you're confronting just random people that you don't know. You know what I mean? Because people will line you up and they don't care nothing about you. You know what I mean?
Nah.
So they don't care that you got kids at home or you got a job or your mama. They gonna lay you down, and then that's gonna be the end of it. Now that person may go to jail or something like that, but you got to learn that people are out here. They're just not going to just let you just run down on them and stuff like that. Those days over with. You know what I mean? Back in maybe in the 90s that happened, but now everybody got, like I said, prodigy, guns to cripple son. People got guns out here, man.
In a world where they about to strap up teachers.
Yeah, man.
You know what it is.
You got to be careful out here, man. So like I said, man, you got to don't stop acting like you don't know what's going on, man. That's like, I don't like people like that, man. Act like people out here, you got to be on damn near defense mode. Like, oh, okay, all right, this person like this, all right then. Or maybe you got to be on offense. You got to be a person that just move forward. Like, all right, we're going to not confront that. We're going to move on to the next thing. Yeah. Stop thinking that people out here are sweet and stuff like that. And some of the nicest people that you know will be the ones who's just going to put you somewhere where
6 feet down.
Put you somewhere that you don't want to be. Not even put you in the ground, but just make you in a bad position to make you out here looking crazy. So just know that people are not going to just let you just embarrass them and stuff like that. You're not just going to run down on somebody and just embarrass them. And no, people are a lot of people don't want to take L's. You know what I mean?
No.
So you got to learn how to be. You know what? I'm just going to let it go. There's been plenty of times where I had to let stuff go and just keep it moving and stuff like that, man. So I'm just telling you right now, man. This basic two thing: stop acting like you don't know, because you do know, and also just learn how to just move on and just take the L. That's all I can say. That's you'll live a long and prosperous life because you want to get home to your children. You want your parents to see you and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure people love you and stuff like that. Because after you're gone, that's it. You're done. Ain't nobody gonna think about you no more. But long as you're here to provide for people. Hey man, let's go down the block. We'll get another bag of chips from someplace else. I mean, that's all the conversation is. Yeah, you may think I'm a punk or a punk because I didn't go in and confront, but I got my life. You know what I mean? And if that girl is trying to line you up with someone else, then maybe she's not the one for you. You know what I mean? So just always think forward. People should not be putting you in a danger of other people. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what people is doing out here. You have no clue.
Don't let 5 or 10 seconds out of your life cost you your life or years of your life.
Yeah, and don't be guilty by association. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, man. So like I said, just always have a forward thinking. Don't be thinking, I got to confront this person. No, you ain't got to do nothing. All you got to do is stay black and die, or whatever color you are, and pay taxes. All that other stuff is, you know what I mean, that's for the birds.
That's just extra.
You know what I mean? But stop with all the acting like you don't know, and stop with the I got to confront this person. Just take the L and just go home, man. Just take the L.
All right, cool. Well, I do have a correction from last week. I said Tom Cruise turned 59. He actually turned 60, so I'm sorry about that.
60 years old.
I do want to give a salute to the big bro Kenny over at Stay Sharp, which is a barbershop over at 408 North Springfield Road in Clifton Heights. I needed a cut last minute, and they happen to be open today. Yeah, they're open 7 days a week. And if there were 8 days in the week, they'd be in there on the 8th day too. The proof is in the work, and I walked out with a sharp situation as far as the hairline is concerned. So, again, salute to Kenny, the owner of the shop. That's called Stay Sharp. And, again, their address is 408 North Springfield Road in Clifton Heights. So if you're in the Delco area and you need a cut, stop through and tell them Mike from S.L.E.E.P sent you. You won't be disappointed. So that's going to do it for this week's episode. We appreciate everybody for stopping through, checking in, and checking out what we had to say. Follow us on Twitter and IG at S.L.E.E.P is for you. That's S.L.E.E.P.I.S, the number 4 YOU. Check out new and old episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, Podbean, Samsung Podcast Player, FM, or YouTube. Look up sleepersforyou.com if you have not already done so. Taylor, anything else you want to say to the people?
Nah, man. Y'all have a good rest of the week, summer, all that stuff, man. Yeah, we'll be back in a week. You know what I mean, to talk to y'all. So thanks for listening, everybody.
Hey, stay hydrated out there. It's summertime.
Yeah.
Drink plenty of water.
Yeah, we coming up on.
Don't try to be a Viking. Just get it done.
Coming up on mid-July and August, so y'all know the temperature's about to go up. Plan accordingly. But that's going to do it for us this week. We appreciate everybody. All the love, all the support. We'll get with y'all next week. Episode 17, Water.
Yeah. We back. Yeah. Look, free to return to that emo rap. Ain't no kilo stash. Augustine's son had to reload that. Daddy gone, but his legacy strong. How do you figure? I too thought I'd be dead, all things considered, but I'm living, thriving and growing, fighting opponents that I'm with it. Striving to know who died for the lowest, don't you get it? The industry hopers try to control us, I ain't with it. I got me a goal that's highly explosive with my wife and my baby. What I'm writing is weighty. Call me S.O. or Bebenberg, they knighting me lately. Stand where the light is, feeling lighter than lighter than maybe I'm getting grown. Nothing wrong with Bible and Baileys. I open up the text, got my mind closer off the edge. Goes the architect, I ain't gotta go to your connect. I gotta go direct, him and I through the sun up.